Thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace. I have a surprise for you guys. For everybody who tunes in and knows Indian Trace and the artifacts of Eastern North Carolina, what you're looking at here, I've never put up, I've never shown together. And as I pan out here, take a look at these points, and we're going to look through them. I'm going to take a little time. I went to Notchville today, which is a site as an area in Site 3. So, from a distance here, I just wanted to share with you, every point that you see here has come off the site of Notchville. And I just went through, I could grab them easy because they're from my display quality points, my display box. And I wanted to grab them all off of there and just take a look at them set up together. This is not all of them, but I just grabbed, what came to heart when I went through it and put them up here. I want to show you all these points, which is interesting, is they came from this, well, I can't say the same people. The people groups here were probably spread so far apart and in between. I mean, there's incredible stuff. I'll probably finish with this because it's an incredible piece right here. It's about 3 inches, as well as those Guilfords. But anyway, let me go through these and just share a little bit. I went there today, found absolutely nothing. I think I'll go clockwise around the outside first. And as you take a look at some of these, now remember, what's interesting to me, and I always try to do something different. For when you're looking at these, they all came off one, I would say, small area. It's big, but it's Notchville. And you've seen me pull lots of points. A lot of these I think I captured on film. Some of them I know I haven't. And some of them are so old I know I haven't. And I'll mention that as I go by. But take a look at these points. I'll do them in sets sometimes, so we can take a look at them as points that come from the same exact site. And I've seen Flintsball do frames of points that come from the same site, like he calls the OSG or whatever it is. So let's do that. But I'm going to do it in video form. So check these out. They do quartz work for sure. And as I go right around, you're going to see the rhyolite and the quartz is predominant there. And just some great stuff. If I can find the right distance, I won't have to keep focusing. Try not to touch them a whole lot. You can see the workmanship on these. Just incredible points. And the variation of different materials and different pieces. And over the 4 years that I've known Notchville, this is a good reason why I keep on going back. Now I'm going to stay on the bottom, and then I'm going to go to the top to show you some of these things. This is an incredible piece. It's not broken at all. It's serrated. Very interesting piece. I think to stay organized, I won't be able to do anything but just go clockwise around the outside and then handle the inside. Look at this coursework that they do here. And just incredible stuff. A little bit of smoky and vein quartz. Milky quartz. And it does me good just to be able to see the assembly of all the different pieces I pulled off one site. Just to pass the time a little bit. And believe it or not, looking at all these pieces, I went out there and found absolutely nothing today. I mean, I spent the lunch looking small and missing small because there wasn't much to be found. Look at this. Stellar workmanship. My lighting's, I think, perfect. So I'm going to try to keep this in the right perspective. Again, what you're looking at is about 4 years going out there and doing my best to find what's out there. And that's why I keep going back there. Is you can see things like this. I mean, these pieces are maximum pieces. Like this is just an incredible piece. And it just keeps going. That's why they found places in the display box. Now, you can multiply this by 10 to the amount of artifacts that I found out there, over 500, 600, 700. Nice notch point there. Style that I like right here for sure. I remember when I found this point 3 years ago on film. they were dynamiting a beaver dam right through the woods, and it scared me to death. And what an explosion that was on film. Look at this piece on the back side. It's beveled off just a little bit. Very interesting. Those three are styles that I like. They're heavy case, basic points that got the job done, which is the set of three right here. Can't beat that. I got a set right here. Marl Mountain straight base, I believe, and then a Marl Mountain traditional base right here. Marl Mountain's come in about three different style bases, so, but they were working the quartz here. That's a good look at the quartz and smoky quartz and variations. Now check out these 2 points made at Notchville. If I can get them both in, they're big, 2.5 inches, or 2 inches maximum. Yeah, they're 2 inches. This one's a little bit more than 2 inches. No fish story here. That's the size they are. Look at those points. Some people might even argue that that's a drill. It's a sweet artifact nevertheless. Now let's go to the inside circle. I'm checking my time and I want to cruise through this, make sure I get everything. That's a great Marl Mountain. That's a heavy case right there. That's a heavy, strong piece. Goes along with this one, which is the rose quartz one. Just missing the tip, but that's a sweet artifact altogether. Now let's go to the inside circle. This I think I found in the calendar year 2015. Was a great Guilford. This I found, I know, about 3 years ago. This is a sweet piece. I think it's a woodland piece, but nevertheless, it's unbelievable to see the differences here. And we saw this one at Notchville. Then there's these three. They do the small quartz and work like that. I mean to tell you, that's what makes you, I was thinking about today, why do you love a site? Because it shares so many experiences with you. I mean, when I pan back on this, if I can get a focus, there's a lot of personalities represented here. Possibly dispensations, centuries, difference in these pieces. Whether you go to pieces like these, just crazy stuff, or pieces like these, you're covering a lot of time periods. It'd be great to know, a lot of mysteries. Anyway, let's get back to these. Nice pieces all together, a little bit of vein quartz. Just a tour of the display stuff Notchville shared with me. Look at this piece. About 4 years ago when I was just understanding that it was just a great bona fide site. That's a sweet piece. Look at that. Just what the site shares with me. I'm fortunate. Now look at this piece. Super old material. Well, I say super old. You never know. I think it is some type of, I don't know, Graham Cave or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's an ancient point. Just incredible material. And then one of my best Guilfords from there. To give you an idea of the size, I will pick this one up. Because Guilfords are just some of my favorite types of points. That's green rhyolite you see. Of course, I was outside and it's warm today, 65, 70 degrees here in North Carolina. Spring's coming in. My hands are red. I was running. I just came in and threw these up here. Fun stuff. And one of the many prizes from Notchville is a point like this. Mercy, right? This point was only showing like that when I found it. But on my red hands, Notchville provides and shares such incredible stuff. It's getting ready to, get plowed up, worked over. Maybe I'll find some other stuff. I hate to assume I will. I know it's an ancient site. That's why I go back out there, and it usually doesn't disappoint. Just an incredible base on this thing. Anyway, that's good enough. Just a great tour of Notchville. And I mean, I have to actually stand up to figure out how to get all this in there. And just a nice little 10-minute tour. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. These points, Eastern North Carolina. I like to say Eastern North Carolina's finest. Well, of course, as always, I hope everybody has a great spring, that places open up for you. I hope you find some great stuff. Just get you stirred up with this. Gets me stirred up. Appreciate everybody. This is just a shout out to everybody. And listen, I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate you out there looking to seek and save, because this stuff is definitely important. And I want to encourage you all. Check out the link here. I have another issue that I've written about on my blog, and it's called I can't even remember what the world I called it. Anyway, check out the link. It'll be worthwhile. Oh yeah, it's called Humanity's Layers. So check it out. Appreciate your support.